great to see so smiling, happy faces of Jersey. Right, some really powerful presentations before that have given us a real platform to talk about what we're here doing in Jersey. And I think David hit the nail on the head where he said that everybody's going to live their life through a wallet. And many people think a wallet is just for your bank, and many people think a wallet's dodgy and you're going to lose it, and it's none of those things. You know, a digital wallet with digital identity is basically involved in every part of your day-to-day life. So at Moneybrain, we've built a platform which was really interesting to be explained by the regulator as a trust framework. Anybody who comes into Moneybrain has to meet a certain standard, has to meet a standard of data sharing and validation. So anybody who's in Moneybrain is trusted, and that's going to spread around the world. The problem that we're finding is, within particular jurisdictions, people only want to share 5 pieces of data. And we're saying, we need 10. I'll move forward. Please put your hands up if you have heard of stablecoins. Okay? We're only just getting started with stablecoins. I mean, these numbers in the scheme of things of the world are pretty small, but they're gaining momentum at real pace. At this moment in time, there's about $160 billion of stablecoins in circulation, and that's growing daily. There's 200 million people actively using stablecoins for their day-to-day life. Not banks, not Visa, not MasterCard, stablecoins. There's a reference earlier to in China with peer-to-peer and QR codes. 1.6 billion people every day live their day-to-day life with QR codes, people to people, people to business. They don't use Visa. They don't use MasterCard. Just think about that. 1.6 billion people not using a bank or a Visa card. But I tell you what, Visa and MasterCard are all over this like a rash. Because stablecoin volume, because now the big boys of the world are settling in stablecoins, tens of billions a day. People wouldn't appreciate that there's one particular Jersey business does between 50 and 100 million a day of stablecoin trading. One. It's huge. It's just been kept very quiet. Guess what? The US loves stablecoins. The stablecoin industry buy more US government debt than Germany. That's only going to go one way. The dollar rule, stablecoins. Euro, not really at the game. They've come up with a little model that's doing about a couple of £100 million. The Great British Pound, 0. If you love your pound, forget it. It's not part of the new world of stablecoins. But it could be. Everything has to have product market fit. The world is going to live their life in a super app. A super app, simple, secure, trusted environment. If you get up your phone in the morning, you look at things that you trust. Everybody wants trust and verification now. Is our news real? Is that clip real? Twitter came out with a blue tick. Gave a bit of validation, but the bots soon sorted that one. We're in a situation where everybody's looking for trust and validation because trust is broken at the moment. But with data and with the tools that are available, trust can come back. And it's a trusted network, and it's available to everybody. People don't realize that there are countries now running on stablecoins. And AI. The people are finding a way to live their lives in a better way. And that's what's happening with technology empowerment. People are using their technology. This little thing here, when I started in NatWest Bank in 1988, you'd need about rooms of 4 size of this to do what you can do on this little phone now. And it was actually a lady from Santander even 10 years ago, said, we're going to have to close all the branches because you can come to the bank branch 40 times every day and it doesn't cost us anything in the Santander app. So everybody appreciates it's not only good for big business, it's also good for the unbanked and the underserved. These are the real world benefits. These figures in the left are what's happening today. You try and send some dollars in the US, on average it's $44. Then this thing called crypto and the blockchain came along, and in 2020 you could send a dollar equivalent to somebody else around the world, and it was costing you about $12 in this thing called gas fees, which is basically a charge to do the transaction, to pay for the computer power to send that token from one to another. At the moment, there's this thing called Ethereum. Has everybody heard of Ethereum? We love Ethereum. Sorry to James who loves Solana, but we like Solana too. The blockchain's not ready for payments. It's okay as a store of value, and it's okay for some big business who can wait a few minutes. But for everyday users, particularly in those countries who are living their day-to-day lives in stablecoins, they want to click and go. What's happened is there's these new models called Layer 2 that do immediate settlement for people within that trusted ecosystem, for people within the trusted network. And that's what we built. It's powered by AWS. So anybody within our trusted network can transfer value to anybody over a QR code, anywhere around the world. No mistakes with 12 digits here, 4 SOAP codes there, and 54 reference numbers. The power of the QR code with COVID took the QR code to another level. It's validation. If it's issued from a trusted source, be shared with a trusted source, and anybody in the mobile world can transfer a token to each other in seconds via that methodology. And it only costs a penny. That's all it costs. People ask me, well, how do you make money on a penny? Well, the Jersey, you have £100 million of currency floating around in paper money. Yeah, it's called a float. At this moment in time, the government, I hope the government are making good use of that capital. They get about 5% from the US government debt. So they could put that 100 million into treasuries, overnight money market bonds, and get about 5 million return on that 100 million float. We're going to do exactly the same. But we're not just doing it in Jersey, we're doing it around the world. So our float looks after the trusted ecosystem. We let USDC in, which is basically a Goldman Sachs and the US government approved equivalent. So they're in our ecosystem. And we have people in the room who use USDC, cash out in our app into their banking payment within seconds. People think it's gamification. It's Fortnite. It's rubbish. 25 years ago, we were doing Y2K. I had a cyber cafe. We were all sat there thinking, what the hell's going to happen? Is everything going to break overnight? There was the newspaper at the time, it said, on the Sun, this internet thing is never going to come off. Yeah, they said that. The newspaper said this internet thing is never going to come off. Wallet addresses are opening at the same pace as the growth of the internet, nearly mirroring those hundreds of millions of new users. Staggering. This is internet and money and data. It's all now one. Internet money is just transferring value between each other, people to people. Disintermediation, cutting out 99% of the crap, allowing value from one trusted token to another person. And it's like, if you imagine the rails, when the railways came to the countries, might have took 5 years to get trade from one place to another, and that created a rail. Prosperity came for those who were on the end of those railway stations. Prosperity came to those who were in the middle of a station. You were able to participate in the growth in the ecosystem. This is the modern-day railway. And the banks and the regulators in the UK didn't want us to be part of that railway. Jersey, in their wisdom, allowed us to come here and build that railway. This is another reason. I'm not going to... My compliance director asked me to remove Boris's words. I said, no. Consider. There is words, they're not ours. As soon as Boris came in, fintech was no more. It was absolutely frozen to its core. I was on trade missions with this, DCI, Amsterdam, well, obviously The Hague, went all over the world. Britain is great, we've got this new rail, we're going to build the railway. As soon as Boris came in, he shut the railway down. That's why sterling is no longer at the top table. It's not part of the world growth or the world economic growth of the new railways and the connectivity. But it does have a chance, still. It was a discussion that, with government, with businesses, with Digital Jersey, that we'd always talked about a digital pound in Jersey. We can pilot a digital pound within our trusted ecosystem of Jersey. So everybody within Jersey can open a wallet and send a pound to each other, because everybody who opens a Moneybrain wallet is part of that trusted network of people. And we can invite overseas people to become part of that trusted network of people. But they can't come in unless they meet those 10 data points: transparency, validation, ownership. We make people aware that we check them out every day. We check global press every day if any of our people in our ecosystem are bad apples. That technology is here in Jersey, it's just not being used. We use open banking. We lend in the UK, and we're the first, actually, not Salad, we did it 10 years ago. Moneybrain used open banking 10 years ago. There was us and Starling Bank who started it. We've been to court when people haven't paid their debts. We produced the open banking data. They could afford it, they just didn't want to pay. So open banking, if you're in financial services, should be a #1 priority for Jersey today. We've gone live, we've tested, we've done a trade last couple of days in Jersey with the pound, and it's took seconds. And I'll go now.
Whether you're buying something special to make your home uniquely yours, picking up a handcrafted piece that speaks to you, or simply supporting the local businesses that make Jersey unique, each purchase, big or small, becomes part of a seamless, instant transaction that fits right into your life. Jersey is unique, an independent island that needs a financial system as resilient and fast-paced as its people. With Moneybrain, paying has never been easier. You just scan a QR code using your phone. In seconds, the payment is complete. No waiting, no extra fees. Moneybrain's Jersey Digital Pound doesn't just make transactions easy. It keeps local money in the community, supporting businesses and neighbours across the island. Join us today and embrace the future.
Now, I need to thank Claire from Pebble on that, because it worked. When I was there, she was on the phone to Amex because she was waiting 10 days for payments. She's having to overpay because she's not in the UK for her merchant's services, for her card payments. When large payments are made overseas, she says it's about at least 1 in 4 times the bank block the payment. If everybody comes into the ecosystem, buyers, sellers, merchants, there's none of that friction because everybody's within the trusted ecosystem. What's exciting is Jersey can leapfrog everybody else, and it's made in Jersey. Thanks very much, guys.